Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Verified Podcast. On today's episode, I get to interview the co owner of Bake a Cake. Uh, her name is Carolina Grajeda. She also happens to be my sister. Her and my mom own three places for the same business called Bake a Cake. They focus on selling baking products to make your cake. They sell all kinds of goodies and equipment, stuff to get your business for making cakes going. Also, they do a lot of decorating classes that you can participate in, which can be real beneficial if you're trying to get into that business. So they have three places: McAllen, Edinburgh, and Far, which the Edinburgh one just opened. So anyways, in this episode we cover how they got started, what made her get into the business, and where they see themselves going in this next year for 2020, and a bunch of other stuff. So hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, here is the interview. Thank you.
Like my mindset, I'm at the store and I'm like, I need to buy this inventory, and then okay, ¿con cuánto llevo de ventas? Okay, in the next 3 sales I have to make, I have to make the amount of the purchase Monday. And I'm like, okay, if I make this sale of $175, an example, right? And I need to purchase inventory, I'll purchase the inventory once I make this. I need a sale of this amount in order to purchase inventory. So as it's like, kind of like I invest, in my inventory, I need to make sure I have this sale, I have this amount in the bank that is guaranteed for me to buy this amount. Okay. Me falta inventar. We buy our inventory cash.
Okay.
Entonces I have to have money in the bank in order to purchase anything.
So we're starting already. So, and so what is the benefit of buying it cash rather than credit? Because I'm buying everything credit.
Well,
I'm feeding my credit card with cash, but I buy everything first credit.
Yeah, no, and you can, and I'm not saying we.
Because Mom said that's what she did.
Yes.
So yeah. And I honestly feel a lot more comfortable doing that.
Yes. See, and there is, we do, I'm not saying we don't, but at this point, with all the investment we have, I don't want to put any more on the credit cards. I'm investing, but I was like,
So you have enough on the credit card, right?
Yes, I have enough. So I'm like, I just need to make sure that cash, we're making that cash flow is inventory, and it's all invested. Right, and it's just that I want to make sure. Okay, I need to make sure I make this amount of sales in order to be able to purchase this amount of inventory. Guarantee my inventory pretty much, and we've learned a lot in the last 2 years. As Mom has told you, we took this course with Pan Am. We had some.
And what kind of course?
It was a small business. It was a small business training, and we went over inventories, over break-even points, over minimums and maximums. Our ABC, which is our most important products that must be in stock, and what's the rotation period between them, and before, we've had a knowledge, but.
You think that course helped a lot?
It's opened our eyes. It's opened our eyes, and as we go deeper and deeper, and when we opened up this third store, we're like, no, we're gonna do the third one. Yeah, with everything we've learned, it's gonna be. It's being applied at all the 3 stores.
It's a formula. You
yes.
got a formula down.
Yeah. So
before it was just kind of like.
As we're, as
kind of feeling stuff out.
Yeah.
Going by feel.
Yeah, and right now it's like, okay, we know this is what we need, and the other stuff that we're gonna add it's gonna be second.
Okay.
We know.
So with this store here, what is your the main stuff that you guys focus on? Like you said, the stuff that has to be in stock.
Yeah. Well, it's according to our sales.
So you go by the sales.
We go by the sales, our inventory movements, and we analyze our inventory. So we do weekly inventories. Like right now, the gentleman, he's
weekly.
Yeah, on the stuff that rotates more often.
Yeah.
Right, but there's stuff that rotates. Not as much, like our boxes and our boards and our icings, and it's mostly disposables. Like I said, boxes and boards.
That's the stuff that has to be.
That's because that's what we sell the most. You see, and our icings and our colors. So we count every week. We count boxes and colors, and to make sure we have our. We don't go below our minimum, and we meet our maximum. We meet our inventories.
Okay.
For customers not to come in and they're like, oh, you don't have it, then I'm gonna have to go elsewhere.
So that way,
we
they
secure.
know you have this stuff all the time, and therefore they come here.
Yes, exactly.
And once they're here, you get them with other stuff, like
of course,
like seasonal stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, we tell them we have this, we got this new product, or we have this on promotion. Depending on what it is, that the customer's looking for, it is that we, like let's say I see that they're taking a certain box, and I go, what kind of cake are you making? No, pues I'm making a tres leches. Do you already have your tres leches? No, I'm gonna buy them. Pues mire, don't go buy them. We have the product here, and so that's how you get to know your customer, and that's how you upsell, by knowing what it is that they're doing.
Right.
You notice their merchandising, what it is that they're buying, and I'm like, okay, I notice you're buying fillings. What are you making? No, pues I'm making empanadas. Oh, how do you make them, by hand or do you have the mold? No, pues que by hand. Well, we carry the mold. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll buy the mold. So it just depends. Or I'm making, I don't know, like I said, a cake for my sister, whatever, and do you already have the icing? No, pues I'm gonna make it at home. I'm gonna try to make it at something to tell. I'm gonna try to make it at home. Digo, pues don't try. Buy the icing already made. We have these different kinds of icings. Oh my God, yeah. So they go in and get, and they buy the icing or whatever it is, or they're like, well, how are you gonna decorate it? I'm gonna make a cake for my mom. Okay, how are you gonna decorate it? Well, I have no idea. Well, we do sell the pictures, so you can customize your cake. You can bring the picture of your mom, and we can put happy birthday on it, and they're like, oh, it's edible. It's a completely edible picture, and you just put it on your cake.
A lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't know.
A lot of people don't know. We have our customers that come in already know who we are, what we do, right? But being in these shopping centers that the founder of Bake a Cake, Mom, aka Mom, she's had a really good eye at spots, at locations.
Okay.
She's really good about spotting locations where there's high traffic here. And so we get in the shopping centers we are in, we get a lot of walk-ins.
Like people who just like, oh, let's check out this place.
Yes, yeah. We get a lot of walk-ins, but on top of that, I help it with all the Facebook promotions that I buy. I buy a lot of Facebook promotions to let people know we're here. Right. And I'm constantly doing that. And every week, Facebook doesn't. No me falla. We can't go wrong with Facebook. Every week. How do you see us?
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. I also advertise I've advertised in other magazines and stuff. The only place I hear people hear about us is word of mouth or Facebook.
Right.
And Instagram. Those are the people, how people know about us.
Instagram, Facebook, word of mouth. Yeah, because I heard a lot about, like, you can't buy word of mouth. Right? Like, like that's something you just can't do. Like, word of mouth, like, spreads, and, like, when somebody tells you about a certain place, like a restaurant, and you trust this person or whatever, or, like, here, like, Bake a Cake, then like there's nothing more powerful than word of mouth almost. You know, but let's say that person saw it on Facebook, but then they tell somebody else, oh, you know, I have this place that I go to where I buy my stuff, you should check it out.
Yeah.
And that, like, I was like, okay, well, if you say so, then yeah, I'll go check it out, you know. And that's what I was reading, that that for some reason ads sometimes they have the chance de que okay, well, it's just an ad, like just scroll through it or ignore it or whatever. But if somebody tells you about a place, oh no, I found the best place. Let's say you run in the circles of making cakes, right?
Yeah.
And somebody says, oh no, bake a cake, you know, and like the chances of them showing up because of a word of mouth rather than an ad is like way higher than just an ad. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
See, so you know, it's we.
And I've only bought what, like 2 ads for Instagram. You need a Facebook to do ads for Instagram. Pero that's what I was gonna ask you about your demographic. You feel that what kind of demographic do you feel like you have here in this store? Like, is there a certain type of demographic? Is there all kinds of people? Is there professionals that come here, or I mean, not professionals, pero, o sea,
businesses. Yeah, we get a little bit of everything. Bakers. I'm talking about bakers, but we get most our home bakers. You know, here in Texas, bakers are protected by the cottage law, which they can bake from home and sell from home.
Oh, really?
Certain products. So they don't have to have a bakery. They don't have to have a business. Of course, they are limited into what it is that they can sell. I believe cheesecakes are out of the question. Well, I think actually, yeah, I think it actually just
Do you have to have like a license or something?
You don't have to have a license. No. No. For what?
For like the cheesecake stuff?
Oh no, you have to have a place.
Oh, a place.
Yeah, because cheesecakes have to be refrigerated, and it's there's a lot of stuff that goes in the law about certain foods, but baking cakes, just regular buttercream cakes, or cookies. Yeah, you can sell cookies, but you can't ship cookies.
Something. You can sell cookies, but
yeah.
you can't ship cookies?
Yeah, I don't know. Something around those lines. I was like, okay, I don't know what the difference would be and how they would know that you're shipping cookies. But,
right. Okay.
But yeah, supposedly you're not supposed to ship cookies, and you're not supposed to sell cheesecakes. And I can't remember what. There's certain stuff that you can't, you know, that you're not allowed to. But I know that the law has been modified recently. And I don't know all the modifications. So yes, we do get a lot of those home bakers that you know, that they come to because they're baking they have their own small
clientele.
Yeah, yeah, they have their small customers. They're, you know,
the little circle.
See, the little circle of customers who always buy from them. So those are the ones we get. We do get panaderias, you know, especially you know, bakeries and panaderias and them. They can buy direct, right? And they usually do. It's usually when they run out of product that they didn't order, or the truck didn't, or the company didn't send them. Well, they come to us.
Yeah.
You see, we are there.
And yeah, good. That's a good point, because I remember in Olive Garden, when I used to work at Olive Garden, they used to run out of, I think, boxes or they used to run out of certain things every once in a while. And I would hear the manager say, he would tell one of the cooks, go to H-E-B or go to like some store to buy the stuff. And they would give him just like the business card, and they would go get it. Okay, so then that's how those bakeries come to you. When they run out.
When they run out, yeah, it's emergencies. You know, for emergencies, that's how we have those bakers. Y luego a veces, you know, their own bakers, they do on the side. They do stuff on the side. Eh?
What do you mean?
Like the bakers that work for those bakeries.
Okay.
You know, they'll do stuff on the side, so
right.
So they'll come and buy stuff from us.
That's what I was wondering, because when I was at Olive Garden again, I was like, man, like, I thought about this later, but like, I was like, man, if you're a cook for Olive Garden or something like that, you can learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot about seasoning y la chingada. So like I was like, that's good training like if you have an idea for like a restaurant or whatever, like that's like good on the job training right there. Like they teach you how to make stuff, or how not to make stuff, you know, and that way you can like venture out on your own. And it's even like, because they make them clean afterwards and all that stuff. So how to run a kitchen, you know. So if you're like a chef, so anyway, so because of my birthday, ¿cuándo fue? El Sunday.
Yeah.
Christina and I.
We haven't celebrated. We need to go celebrate.
On Sunday, yeah. I told Mom. We went to Salt. Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
No. It's a good restaurant. It was cold, and we were right next to the door, so that was the only thing that kind of.
It was cold. The food or the place?
The place, because it was a cold night.
It's a cold night.
And we were right next to the door, so that's the only thing. I had to keep my jacket on. You know, so it was a little uncomfortable, pero the food was good. But I just kept on looking back at the chef because what do they call him? I heard an interview with Rachel Ray. She doesn't like to refer them as chefs. She likes to refer them as not cooks. Algo así dijo. Okay? She doesn't like to refer herself as a chef. Like she likes to reserve. ¿Cómo dice? She likes to refer to herself as like some other term. Anyways, so I saw the guy and I was like, man, like I wonder if it was that guy's idea to start this restaurant. You know, because you could tell who the chef was because he was the guy with the white. You know. And the other cooks, well, they're wearing different stuff, right? They're wearing shirts. So you can tell who the chef was. And I was just wondering, I was like, I wonder if this was his idea or like, or somebody else brought him the idea or what. So I was just curious about that. And that's the whole thing about this podcast too, is like I'm curious just about how people got started, you know, like those restaurants.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything like besides on the monitor or occasionally, you know. Nobody like gets to know these people, like who. Like I'm genuinely curious about who they are.
Yeah.
And anyways, there was this other restaurant that we were gonna go to before it opened right there on Main también. It's like this white house, like it's like a white house, literally. But they made it look real nice. ¿Cómo se llama? It's a new restaurant. The only reason we didn't go is because I heard that the plates were small and we were freaking hungry. So that's the only reason we didn't go.
On 10th Street, you said?
On Main.
On Main.
You know, so Salt, right? It's right next to that park where the food trucks are.
Okay.
So it's like on Main, right above that park.
Archer Park?
Sí. And Salome.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it looked really nice. It was it reminded me of that place that we went. I don't know if you were with us when we went to Houston, and I don't know whose birthday. I think it was my grandma's birthday.
I think so. Yeah, Nightingale.
Carlos.
That it was really cold, no?
It was really cold.
Yeah.
But it was like it looked like that, real fancy. But the food was really good. Oh yeah, so we ate crickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where we ate the crickets. They were good. They tasted like barbacoa to me. You know? Well, I don't know if that's the way they made them or qué, pero I remember it kind of like on Yelp, I saw the pictures, and on Instagram, I was like, it looked like that a little bit. Pero then what kind of got us from going was that I kept on reading that the portions were way too small. And so
not for what we're used to,
so it's like
being
for like
hungry.
business or like a date.
Yeah.
Algo así. So not for like celebrating, or maybe it is for celebrating a birthday.
But eat prior. Eat prior.
Eat prior. Yeah. And we hadn't eaten. I think I had worked out and everything, so I was hungry.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want to eat good. So that's why we went to Salt, and it was good. But I still think House of Wine is a little bit better for me.
Yeah.
But we haven't been to House of Wine in a long time, but
I know we haven't been to House of Wine in a while, but I mean, it's good. It's really good. Whatever. Look at pidas, right?
Yeah.
You know. But like you're right, you know, you always wonder because those are nice restaurants that are worth, you know, they're worth going to.
Right.
And it's amazing. And you know, like them, there's a lot of small businesses that are very unique and that are, you know, it's just stuff that you have a curiosity. How did they get the idea of you know?
Or how did they even get started with cooking? Like, you know? Like, was it something that they were into when they were small?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the story about that kid in New York. he's like a kid, he was like a probably 9, and he was just into cooking. So his parents would buy him like stuff to like cook around the house, pots, pans, y todo esto. Anyway, so a few years go by, people get word about this kid that he makes these dishes. So what this kid starts doing, or his parents, I don't know, they start booking people to come eat. So he charges like $100 to go eat like dinner at his house. And it started off small, algo así. So now you pay like upwards of like, I would say maybe like $200 to go eat at like a big table. And like it could be you and your girlfriend, and like and then but at the same time there's all other people around you. So but everyone's eating what he makes.
Like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, where
sort
the
of,
breakfast
for dinner.
Yeah.
You know, and then he comes out with his stuff and he serves you like the 3 course. And but he's a kid. He's like a 15, 16-year-old kid. You know, by the time he got started with that, I don't know. This was a long time ago that I heard that story. It was on Nightline that I saw it. So I thought that was real cool. I was like, man, I mean, shit. If you know that you were that into it, and it's so good that people are paying you $100.
And that's what's all. I think that's what's it's a movement. I think that people are actually there. It's I say it's as a movement because people are more alert, and you hear it everywhere. You know, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. That's what's gonna make you the most money.
That's good. It's gonna separate you from other people.
Exactly, and exactly separate you, and you're gonna be happy. You know, yeah, because you can have a good paying job, and there's nothing wrong with that. But are you gonna be happy? Right, and like that's one of the things when I dove in to bake a cake. You know, I had a safe job. I'm not gonna tell you I was happy. Right.
Yeah, because me neither.
But it was a safe job. It was a safe paycheck. You know, and safe vacations. And I knew. And once I got home, you know,
because I don't know where I saw this too, but it was a little quote that said, "When you can see the future, then you know it's the same as the past." And if you live your life like that, then you already know the future, and it's the same thing as the past.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's the safe way. There's people that prefer probably living like that. You know, people that came from dire situations, let's say, right, immigrants or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But us as U.S. citizens, that's what I was telling Christina too. It's like all these immigrants. Sometimes I feel bad because like they come and they automatically go straight to the top, right? Like they become doctors and lawyers and stuff like amazing. Accountants and stuff like that, right? I was like, man, like I feel bad. I feel like a piece of crap because like I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm not doing that.
I mean, where have we failed? You know,
right?
Or has the education system failed us? I was actually watching videos this morning, listening to podcasts and to TEDx and all that about the education system. You know how Finland and Denmark and all them have left behind. You know what we are still using as the education system, and they are applying a totally different way of learning and educating their kids.
Right.
And so it's like, well, we are one of the most powerful countries in the world. Why are we still?
So to that point, that we're the most powerful country in the world, right? But what has gotten us to this, point, right? And if you look at a lot of people like Google, or I'm sorry, Silicon Valley people, right? They're sons of immigrants almost all the time.
Yes.
Almost all the time, they're sons. Like if you think about it, you can say, oh, they're Jewish and they're from Germany or whatever. Like the Sergey Brin, no, not Sergey Brin, the other guy, the smaller one, there's two, right?
The Google?
From the Google.
Oh yeah, I don't know their names, but I mean, I know there's two of them.
So the other guy, no, but I think he was from Russia. I don't know where the hell he was from. But anyways, my point is that a lot of these people are sons of immigrants. They're not the immigrants themselves.
Yeah, they're second
So
generation.
they're second generation, just
Uh-huh.
like we're second
Yes.
generation, right?
Mhm.
So it's always the pattern that I noticed that the ones that come, especially all the doctors that I work with and stuff, they're all the first generation.
Mhm.
Like people from like Central America. All the doctors in there where I work, they're all from Central America or South America.
Uh-huh.
But they're the first ones to come and do that. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I asked one of the doctors once. I was like, he was talking about his kid, and he was saying he's a surgeon, and I was telling him, so doc, so is your kid? Oh, he said, oh, my kid's in college. I don't know what he was saying, right? I was like, oh, doc, so does your kid want to be a doctor like you? And he's like, oh, no, my kid doesn't want to be a doctor. He wants to be anything but a doctor. I was like, really? So at that point, it just kind of, I just took at value of what he said, right? I was like, oh, okay, I guess he doesn't want to be a doctor. But now that I'm looking into it, it's like you see all these immigrants come and they like surpass you, right? They become doctors, they become lawyers, accountants, stuff that we should be able to do because we have no tenemos trabas.
Yeah, we have it, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We don't do it. So why don't we do it? You know what I'm saying? Like what's keeping us from doing it? And so I kind of I don't know if it's true or not, but I kind of think that because we have grown with that opportunity there, we know that it's there, but we kind of feel like that job is kind of like the immigrants on the other side, like they come and they do the farming, right? You wouldn't do the farming work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you would never do that, like, because first of all they don't pay you what you think you're worth, and you don't want to be out there doing that stuff. So why isn't it the same for these higher paying jobs? Because they're hard jobs. Being a lawyer and being a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And being an accountant and all these things, they're hard jobs.
Why aren't we striving,
so
right?
I think we know that. Like subconsciously we know that. So it's like the same thing, I think, for us. It's just a different, you get paid more. So these immigrants that come from these countries, like they don't have anything, right? So they come and they become doctors, and all of a sudden they're making $300,000 a year, and so to them that's what they wanted, and that's it, right? Because in their country they had no such opportunity, like in Mexico.
In Mexico and other countries,
Mexico,
Central
how much
South
does a
America.
doctor make in Mexico?
Well, not nearly as much as here. As far as
But
the
are they
numbers,
middle class even?
they have to work a lot of hours.
I remember Dad took me to a doctor over there, and the consultorio was her house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was her house, and it wasn't a nice house. It was like a rinky-dinky house. The street wasn't even paved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we go into her consultorio, and it's full of beakers and everything, like a scientist, right? And I was like, damn, like if you love being a doctor that much to where you're doing all this stuff, you would be rich if you're in the United States. Because not only are you seeing patients, you're doing research. So that means that you enjoy what you do, Anyways, so then I was thinking, maybe we don't strive for those types of jobs because we see those as laborious types of jobs, and we're more attracted to things that involve a little bit more creativity. You know what I'm saying? Because we're second generation. You see all these second generation Silicon Valley people, they're second generation. Mark Zuckerberg, all these people, maybe not Mark Zuckerberg, but a lot of them, they're second generation. So they have more creativity. They're not doctors or lawyers, nothing like that.
But they've created empires.
They create empires because they started their own businesses, and they're doing what they love. You know what I'm saying? So I think we know that sure, those jobs are there, that being a doctor and stuff like that, but like you said, you can see the outcome. You know that when you graduate as a doctor, you're gonna be a doctor.
Yeah.
So maybe it's too well painted for us, and so we realize that, and we rather do something that we like to do that's uncertain.
A
challenge more. And sure, getting into med school or to the law school is a challenge, but you can see the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you can see the steps. You need to take.
Or you know what steps you need to take.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Like you need to get a bachelor's degree. Then you need to take the MCAT. Then you need to go to school, and then you need to do a residency. And then after that, you need to do your own clinic. Maybe you do a hospitalist type of job. So maybe we see all of that, and we're like, no thanks. You can have those jobs, and we're gonna, I guess,
help to build the country.
We're gonna do stuff that involves a little bit more creativity. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's why we're not attracted to those jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because we want something that we've built. Because we lived here already.
Yeah.
So we don't come from situations where we were starved.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So to us, sure, being a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, is a high-paying job. But then again, we've never really struggled to like eat, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like be safe. So those needs that like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? The psychology thing. Like that need has always been met for us. So we're not starving for like, success.
Yeah.
We rather take our time, think, and explore and see where this takes us.
Explore and fail and get back.
Explore and fail.
Yeah. Get back up and see.
Because we're lucky that we're born in this country, and sure, if you fail, you fail, and you might have to like start over at the beginning, or even less, right? You might have to go back to your job, let's say. But ultimately, you know that you can start back at that job.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna kick you out of the country. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't kick you out because you were born here. So for us, I think it's that
the safe net that we have a safe net.
Not only that, but that we grew up with that. I guess that no matter what happens, it's not that bad. There's people in worse countries that have it a lot worse than us. And if we fail in this country, it'll be bad, but it's not gonna be to where like it's life and death almost.
Yeah, compared to, and that's probably what, where we become complacent in a way. Por eso, sometimes we don't.
Right.
So
it can work both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because not everybody.
You can get too comfortable.
Exactly.
You can get too comfortable.
Because you're like, it's not gonna get that bad. If I were in another country where if I don't work or if I don't go to school or if I don't get that scholarship to go to the U.S. or I'm not gonna have a future.
Right.
You
so
see.
Yeah. So como te digo, allá it's kind of like life and death.
Yeah.
And I asked Mom once. I was like, let's say for whatever freaking reason, the truck or the van that Mom and Dad had when I was born no jalaba. And we couldn't come to the United States. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been born in Mexico. How the fuck would I get back here and be in the situation that I'm in right now? Like I asked her, like, how would I get here? Because there's no fucking way I'm gonna be living over there. You know? I embrace my heritage, but there's no way. So how would I get here? And she was like, well, you need to get a job with like a company, and then they have to sponsor you to come and all this crap. But even
you would
then,
need to really fight to.
Yeah, you would really need to fight to come over here.
Yeah.
And even then, you would need to do something like, really extraordinary to come and stay over here.
Legally
or illegally. I mean, so that's why I'm saying that I think that we're lucky that we're born here, because it gives us the freedom to do stuff that we want. Did you ever watch the movie Crazy Rich Asians?
Which one?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a good movie.
So remember the part where the mom of the guy, she's confronting the girl in the stairs, and I don't know what the girl is saying. When I get back to the United States, I'm gonna follow my dreams. I don't know. She wanted to do something. She wanted to start her like a store, algo así. And then the mom, they're from Singapore, right? The mom looks at her because they came up from I don't know what kind of company they own there.
Well, yeah, they
own an empire, algo así. That's why they're rich.
The real estate.
Real estate,
The
right?
real estate.
So then the mom of the guy that she's gonna marry looks at her and says, she's like, how American? You do, it's like you want to do what you love. Basically saying, in other countries, you do what you have to.
You have to, exactly. Yeah.
You know
that
what
was
I'm
very
saying?
true. Yeah. That was a really good point
You know?
of the movie.
Yeah.
You don't. I didn't see that coming, and then when she mentions all that, and when they have that competition, like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So for her, I guess she was bitter that she had to do what the family business was, and she didn't get to do what she loved. Maybe she loved fashion. Maybe she loved whatever, sports or lo que sea. But she was bitter. She was mad. She didn't see her as a good enough wife for her kid, right? Because she's the type of person that does, in other words, whatever she wants. Doing what you love is kind of like doing whatever you want, right? And that's why she was like, oh, how American.
Yeah.
You know, that you guys chase your dreams instead of doing what's right for the family. You know?
Yeah.
And so I think we're lucky that we don't have to do that. We don't have to do stuff for the family. I mean, you kind of do, right? But you also have this, como te digo, like freedom. You can
To choose,
choose whatever you want.
To choose.
To fail. You have this freedom to fail. You know? So I think that's why us that we're U.S. citizens, we don't go for those types of jobs because we have more freedom to be creative. Because those doctor guys that come from other countries, they have to come here and work. Otherwise, they get kicked out. Right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. See, well, usually they have to keep their work visa.
Right? Yeah, otherwise, they're fucking out of here. And we don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about that. You know? So, like you said, it can go both ways to where you can become complacent and lazy and you don't do anything. But if you're a driven person and you believe in creativity and actually that stuff just kind of comes out of you, like you said, like you staying at that job, right? You're like, I have to fucking change something.
Yes.
I can't do this.
Yes.
Like, might as well just put me in the ground. That's how I felt. You know. So because you see the future, it's like, fuck. 10 years from now, am I gonna be doing this? You know. And then starting your business, you don't see the future, right?
No, you don't.
You don't even see fucking a month from now, you know?
But you still have to plan and you have to adjust and you have to see, you have to make some sort of plan. You don't know how it's gonna come out, but
right. No, you can only hope your plan works.
Exactly, works. Exactly. So you just need to, you have numbers and you have to base your plan according to those numbers, to your history, but yeah, we don't know every day. We don't know what's gonna happen, what life is gonna throw at us.
But aren't you, like me now? I feel like I was talking about this earlier. I was recording something earlier too. I was talking about living an active life rather than a passive life. Like before this business thing, I kind of felt like I was living a passive life. Like I was just following steps.
You wake up, you go to work.
You know what I'm saying?
You take your lunch.
Yeah, and then you're off and you're just there, like, okay.
Watch TV
waste your money and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so being an active member, right? Because I was talking about how now that I'm 31, I feel like our generation is coming to the forefront of the world, right? Like before, when I was 20, 18, I felt like my parents' generation, they're still in charge. They're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I said, but then this election happened, right? And then we were like, so then the whole thing about OK Boomer came out. I don't know if you heard the last podcast.
No, I haven't.
The whole thing about OK Boomer came out, right? Basically, that was like the last straw, right? I don't know if you know what OK Boomer thing.
No, I haven't heard of it. No.
So OK Boomer is this new saying that people are telling people who were born for the baby boomers, people after World War II, right? The kids that they had, people that grew up in the 70s, aka mom and dad, which our parents aren't like that, but people who went to college for $500.
Oh yeah.
You know, they bought a house for $25,000, or I don't know the exact numbers, but
It
for
was
example,
it was a different economy.
it was a different economy. They didn't have to go to college even to get a good job.
And to get a good house.
To get a good house even. Like
You know?
they graduate from high school and then they become middle class just by going and applying to some job at a factory, you know.
Steel and it was different times, but
So then now that they're older and they see us struggling coming back home after college, having all these student loans, and we can't get off the ground because essentially the okay boomer thing is that basically you're saying you fucked us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys enjoyed all the benefits and now it's been 30, 40 years since you guys had it good, and now it's us and we're getting shit on.
yeah, because supposedly, we're not even gonna have Social Security in a few years, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and have Social Security.
Yeah.
You know, and we as our generation, like como te digo, a lot of kids are struggling coming out of college. Like, they can't find jobs, and if they do have a job, they can't have their own place. They have to share their apartment with like 3 other people.
But don't you think that's part of the education system hasn't changed since the baby boomers, and plus we're still, we're still people or our generation, they're struggling because we're not the same people. We're a totally different generation.
Right.
We learn differently.
Right.
We ask questions. We I mean, the baby boomers, they had the rebels too, but before it was one way and what mom and dad said, and that's it.
Right.
You wouldn't question it. And now it's like, no, why? Why do I have to marriages?
Right.
They were fixed marriages, and now it's like, no,
Right.
arranged marriages.
Right.
And it's like, no.
But even then, it was a tradition. Like,
Yeah, and
people just get married. Okay, so that's another thing, right? The highest rates of divorce came from the baby boomers who were following this tradition thing of marriage and all this stuff, and they gave rise to the highest rates of divorce ever. And now the rates of divorce are going down because our generation, first of all, we're not getting married.
we're not getting married
that
yeah,
early.
that's-
We're not getting married. Okay, so we're not getting married, and if we are getting married, we're getting married later in life. And so we're bringing it back down. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe that no, like, fuck your tradition. It's like there's no traditions here, dude. Like, we're gonna do what we want, and we've endured enough stuff, and yeah. So, como te digo, if we fail, we fail. If we make it, we make it. And that was my kind of thing, like, as far as starting this business. So I told Christina, it's like, if I make it, I make it, and if I don't make it, well, I don't make it.
Yeah.
I have 3 years for the contract, and we'll see where those 3 years go.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm gonna.
You have to take the risk. You have to dive in.
Exactly. You won't know.
Yeah.
You won't know, because I was like, so then what's the other option for these 3 yeyears?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? The same thing I've been doing for the past 3 years? I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy your company. I tell her, and but if I do the same thing for the next 3 years, I'm gonna shoot myself. Not literally, but like,
yeah, but it's
like figuratively.
It's like you are at the end of a maze and you don't know where to turn to.
Yeah.
That's the way I was before I came in to bake a cake.
Yeah.
I was just at the end of of the maze, and I was like, now where? Now where to? And you know what? I got out, I exited, I was like, a new horizon, I'll see what happens, and I better make it work.
Right.
So.
And that was the thing for me. It's like, and I might fail, but I'm gonna give it my all.
Yeah.
And I might be making a huge mistake. But like, who said? I don't know who said. But if you're gonna fail, fail hard. Don't fail más o menos. You know what I'm saying? Don't fail half-ass. If you're gonna fail, just fail hard. I think it was a comedian that said, like, if you're gonna do jokes, make sure you do the jokes you want, and at least fail with those, instead of doing jokes that are not even yours that you think are gonna be good and you fail anyway. Might as well do stuff that you think is funny and is edgy or whatever and fail, rather than do some other person's act and fail either way. So yeah, so that's why, like I think Like people need to take that leap sometimes. You know, because if they feel like I felt like I was trapped. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I was like shit, like mortgage, loan payments, like, you know, I was like I have to do something that's gonna let my creative side come out, because running a business is being creative.
You have to.
You have to, right? Because your business depends on it.
I mean, otherwise, you know, there's a lot of like those companies like JCPenney. What happened? They're not changing their ways.
Yeah.
You know, so what's happening? They're going out of business. Sears, and you know, they wanted to stay with the same business plan.
Right. They failed to evolve.
And so what happens? Suppose you die. So, you know, as a business owner, it's like, okay, what's the new stuff? We have to be on top of what's new, the trends. And you always have to be checking out what the trends are. Okay, there's this, people are talking about this, you know, that's why you have to converse, you have to talk to your customers, see what it is they're looking for. And okay, you get the same, you know, you're getting the same answer. Okay, I'm looking for this, and I'm you know, 4 different customers telling you they're looking for the same product, and it's a product you don't have. It's like, okay, is this a trend that is gonna come? So how do we prepare for it?
Right.
And we have to start, okay, who has it?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And
so as far as going back to the education thing, aren't you educating yourself more now?
Oh yeah.
Than you were if you were to like go back to school or some shit like that, right? You educate yourself more when your ass is on the line.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But also when you do something that you like, right? You educate yourself more on that. And so I was watching all these kids, right, that have the YouTube. And they have the most random channels. Like Natalie likes to watch this guy who, he's a kid, he's like an 18-year-old kid, and he makes stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so he makes stuff, right, and he gets millions of views. Like he'll make like simple little things, you know, just, and they're fun, you know. But also he injects it with his personality. Then like somebody else will come into the video, and then they'll start talking about whatever, and then he'll back to go making the thing, you know. But Natalie also is looking at this, and in a way, she's taking it as just entertainment, but at the same time, she's saying, "Oh, I can probably maybe do this," you know, or she might be getting an idea for how to do something that she wants to do, and that's how this next generation that's coming, but even us. Like you get ideas from that, and you teach yourself. So we're all teaching each other stuff.
Yes, and it's funny because you go on YouTube, you know, or Google, or you find it really people are willing to share their information. It's amazing all the information that you can find. Right. You know, on
the most obscure stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like one day, I was with Mateo in Houston. I don't know if I ever told you this. My car window broke down. It shattered.
Oh yeah.
It shattered. And
you tell me.
no, this one. Oh no, this one wasn't the one that it shattered. This one was the one that it just fell down. Right, yeah, this one wasn't the one that shattered. This one just fell down. And I was freaking out. I was like, in Houston, I'm with my son. He is a 12-year-old. I can't leave my van. It's a big city. Wherever I go, I can't leave my van open. You know, I had luggage with me. I'm not going to go down on the gas station with my luggage and be everywhere with whatever luggage we had. And I was like, how am I going to sleep? And I'm like, oh, my God. It was the worst time. I was like, snap out of it. Think, find a solution. Don't focus on the problem. Focus on a solution. What are you going to do? You are by yourself. You are you are a mom, and you need to keep your child safe and yourself and your transportation. So it's like, snap out of it, find a solution. YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, how to fix a window. And get these tools. I had a Home Depot 2 blocks away, and I went, and boom, we were able to fix it.
On your way.
And and I was able to drive back home. As soon as I got here, of course, I sent to fix the window.
Right.
But it was just I wouldn't have thought. I was like, I'm probably not gonna find anything. No, how to fix it? It was there. How to fix the window. So really, I mean, if you don't learn, it's
just because you don't want to.
You don't want to. Right now, it's the time where whatever you want to know, if you really want to know and learn, it's available. There's people that are willing to teach you, and there always has been, but now it's more.
Yeah.
More, you had to know people, to refer you.
Take that example from the window.
Mm-hmm. Por eso te digo, and right now, people are willing to share.
You would have to drive to one of our Dio's house, and then he'll be lucky if he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
But if not, he's gonna have to. I know this other guy.
Yeah.
So you can drive to the other guy.
Yeah. And it was a weekend.
And it was a weekend, so hopefully he's there.
Yeah.
So then now with YouTube, it's just like, boom, de volada.
See, right now, it's really focused. You need to focus on the solutions.
Right, and so that's what Elon Musk, right? That's what he was saying. He's like, fuck your degree.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about your degree. He's like, if you know how to do shit for me, I'll hire you.
Yeah. When I saw that, he's like that. He was saying something about education. He's like, yeah, I'll hire you. Yeah, you go study, and I'll hire you.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, basically, he's saying, like I think, little by little, and YouTube's embracing that. I saw an ad actually for YouTube, because before, first of all, I never saw any ads for YouTube, but now they're running ads on how you can learn on YouTube. Come learn on YouTube, and like I said, learn whatever you want, right? So now they're embracing that side more than ever, and I think in the future, by the time Natalie, or maybe not Mateo, but or maybe even younger, maybe Bianquita or whatever, by the time they get to where they're 18, college is gonna be like some antiquated thing. The reason you had to go to college before was because that's where all the people were.
The knowledge, that's what,
and you wanted to learn how to do stuff, well, that's where the place is, in a university. They're uni because they're all there.
They're one.
Yeah, it's the one place where they're all there. You're not going to have to go find one guy over here, they're all there. So you have to go there. But now, it's like, it's everywhere, like YouTube, right? Like, you can just learn, even medicine. You can learn medicine on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a guy that's just super interested in that stuff, like a good example is like mechanics, right? Like mechanics, they don't have degrees, but if they're good at their job, they're good.
The best ones don't have degrees.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it might be like that in the future later, where like if somebody's just super interested in medicine, they learn everything about it. And we're not gonna be like now. Oh, you're not an MD? Okay, well.
Well, and that's how all these wellness people are coming up. Where they study, they go to they read about the human body, and some of them are MDs, but they're like, you know what? I'm gonna learn this way, the more natural way, not the hospital or the medicine. Yeah, it's medicine.
Right.
But it's natural, and
like there's this guy on YouTube that I follow. He does the keto stuff, but I like him because he explains everything to the biochemistry. And this guy is just like a trainer guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a doctor or nothing like that, but he explains everything better than doctors do.
Exactly. You go to a doctor and doctors don't want to talk to you.
Exactly, yeah.
And
this guy makes a video on a subject, and then he breaks it down, como te digo, all the way down to the biochemistry. And he says why glucose does this to your body, and the insulin, and why this food does this to your body. It activates this receptor, y todo esto. And this guy, and people trust him. He has, I don't know how many subscribers he has, but he has a lot of subscribers. So people are not like so caught up in the whole, are you an MD anymore? You know what I'm saying? They're more caught up if you know what the hell you're talking about. But, so yeah. So anyway, so getting back to a little bit more about Bake a Cake. Where do you see Bake a Cake going? I mean, actually, where do you see Bake a Cake in 2020?
In 2020,
which is this next year.
Yeah, it's already next. Yeah, the years have gone by so fast. When we started, I didn't realize when we started Mission back in 2015. It's already 2019.
I remember the day that you guys opened it.
And it's amazing how, the store has come a long ways. I would say it took me like 3 years to get to where the store is at right now. Mission. This is mission. So this third location, we will have it, where mission is within a year. So by
Okay.
next
Right.
So
So you
we
know-
opened
you-
up in October.
Yeah.
November. So by next November, this Baker Cake 3 is going to be
Be at that level.
at that level, at
Yeah.
the level of the other two stores.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we have more knowledge now, more
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
It's like man,
And it's all about that. It's about doing that over and over again.
yeah, and learning, not only about inventories but payroll, hours, budgets. It's like,
You do all that?
yes, I have to. It's whenever I do my quarterly reports, I'm like, oh my God, okay, I need to stay within this budget, and stuff. So I need to plan my hours, and that I don't go over X amount of hours to meet my budget for the following quarter. And so it's so fun. It's stressful, I'm not gonna say I don't have nightmares, and since we opened this third store, it's like I've been waking up with nightmares, and oh my God, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any differently. I was like, I mean, I don't like to think like that, but I was like, what if something happens and I have to go back to where I was?
Right.
I'm like, I would do it if I had to. I would just do things differently, to where I would make myself enjoy it and make, I would have to do it differently, because I would be miserable if I were to go back to doing what I was.
Yeah, 'cause it's not your company. It's not your store. It's not your brand.
So, it's like I need to get out of. I would do things differently while I'm there, but I would try to get out of there as soon as I could.
Right. Do it for just to kind of get a breath and then get the hell out.
Yes, yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong. I work with with very good people, and I've learned to learn from everyone. You work with so many personalities, and you have to learn from all of them. Every person you talk to, every person you interact with, either you wanna learn how to do whatever it is they're doing, or to not do it the way they're doing it. To not be or
Right.
to be.
Right.
Right. So I think we learn from everyone that crosses our path, but anyway, it's just being here at Baker Cake has made me, and has made me teach myself, because I have to teach myself to make the business work. Learn about Facebook, the
Right,
algorithm,
right,
and it's
like you right, exactly. Watch the videos on
Yeah.
that stuff, right?
okay, yeah.
But would you rather be doing this, or just living passively like you were before?
No.
Before, Facebook to you and Instagram was just like a thing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Now they're tools to you.
Exactly.
So now they're more exciting almost when they, like before, right? When in Facebook or Instagram used to have a new algorithm. It's like, who cares, right? But now Instagram is gonna have a new algorithm, and you're a business. You're like, oh shit.
Yes.
Okay, how am I gonna have to change things up?
Exactly.
Like I was talking about that earlier about when I was recording. I was like, about the whole Instagram doing away with likes.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do away with likes.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So how is that gonna affect your business? How are you gonna have to strategize?
So they can get the views.
Right. To get more eyes on you because there's no more likes.
Mm-hmm.
So some people see that as a bad thing, right? That you're not gonna have any more likes, and how are my posts gonna get, traction or whatnot? But then I was like, well, then it also levels the playing field for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
'cause everyone has to
you're
be
a
on their
big-
toes.
If you're a big brand and then you don't get no more likes, and you're a small brand and you don't get no more likes, well then guess what? You both at the same now.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to work hard to get those.
Now you're gonna have to think about different things, because now it's gonna have to be about engagement, right? Instagram is going to focus more on interaction, so comments, right? So how are you gonna get people to comment on your stuff?
Yeah.
And in video they're gonna do more. They're gonna basically, they're saying or a lot of like people on YouTube that focus on Instagram, they say basically if you're doing pictures right now, you're falling behind. Instagram right now is valuing more people who are doing video. So if you're doing video, then your chances of getting featured on the Explorer page are way high. If you're doing pictures, Instagram is como te digo, that's what they started off as, but they're evolving, just like you have to evolve.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Social media, I mean, it's gonna be.
So if you're not, and como te digo, and they're essentially it's their platform, so you have to do what they say. You can be pissed, but guess what? It's not gonna affect them.
Yeah.
So you do what they say.
More power to the ones that are going to do whatever.
Exactly. So if you know these things, that they're valuing video more, they are doing away with likes. How are you going to steer in order to get that to work to your benefit?
Yeah. So that's where as a business owner, okay, on top of everything, you have to be, this is when I'll hire someone. Yes, you hire someone, but you have to have some knowledge, to make sure that you know that they're doing the right thing. O sea, porque sometimes sometimes we hire people and they do crappy jobs.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So you have to have some sort of knowledge into that. So as a business owner, you have to know about many things. I'm not saying you have to be an expert, but you have to have an idea. You have to educate yourself, and that way you can hire someone to make sure they're doing a good job, that they're going to do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, especially when I get sold advertisement, I learned a lot from my ex-boss. She would teach me, no, you have to look into this. How many publications does a magazine do? Where is their publication distributed? Do they have a Facebook presence? Do they, she would teach me all that. So I remember once they went to sell me advertising, and I asked them all these questions, and they're like, "You're the first one that ever asks me all that." I would be, if I'm gonna be, I'm struggling for cash. I'm not just gonna give out my cash. And in advertising, that it's hard. You need to, you need to know your market, and not all advertising works for you.
Right.
You have to know if that magazine or ad or it's going to bring you the people that you are needing. I tried TV. I didn't get no one.
Yeah. Right.
So
why do you think that was?
Well, first of all, like they say, people are not watching TV. We were talking about that, right?
Kids aren't watching TV anymore.
I'm not watching TV.
Nobody's watching TV.
Who's
the only ones that are watching TV? Are older people.
And not even mom and dad. I got them the Apple TV.
That's it.
It's all. They watch YouTube.
Oh, really?
They watch YouTube, and they watch this app that Carlos.
Estreno, what's it called?
Pantalla.
Pantalla.
And that's all they do. That's all they watch. They don't watch TV no more.
Bullshit, crap. Ads.
Yeah.
Ads.
It's like and the news. Yeah, it's just like.
I was trying to watch. I don't know what it was. I was in a patient's room, and they were actually showing something interesting on the TV while I was doing something, and they went to commercial. And I was in there, I was cleaning the patient. I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something that took a while. So I was in there for at least 15 minutes. The whole time I was in there, fucking, all that it was ads on TV Azteca.
I'll see.
For 15 minutes. I was like, when is the fucking show gonna start?
Yeah.
And
then when you have to do something, you have to get up and go to do your
So then
stuff.
I was done, and by the time the show started, I was out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna watch that shit again.
You know.
So basically, it's all that. People aren't watching TV anymore.
And that's why YouTube and Audible and all these apps that you can listen or watch when you have the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that you have to program yourself. Oh, at 10 p.m. the news are gonna come out.
Nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, no. I say now it's like, okay, now the apps have to work to make sure you make time, for them. I mean, a lot of people do binge watch and stuff, but that's a different thing, right? But yeah, I mean, so it's like me and you, and I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of other people that we're always on a tight schedule. I listen to YouTube, between travels.
Right. So, and that was my whole.
And Audible.
That's my whole point about putting these podcasts on YouTube, because, like people listen. They're not even watching. Like if there's a topic that I want to learn about, and the guy's doing a bunch of graphics that I have to watch it. Well, I'm not gonna get to watch it. I'm gonna have to wait till I'm off on my day off to watch it, because you're demanding my attention and I don't have time for that. I'd rather you just talk about it, and I put you on my phone when I'm driving, or when I'm cleaning the house, or when I'm even sometimes working, doing mindless stuff, and I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why like podcasts that demand a lot of visual attention, I don't like that, because I have to sit down for that, and I don't want to sit down. I have stuff to do. So if you do all your stuff audibly that I can hear it, then that's a lot better, because guess what? I'll be running, I'll be working out, I'll be cooking, I'll be in my store cleaning, and I'll be listening at the same time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm putting these first on YouTube, because first of all, everybody has YouTube, right? Almost. It's on everybody's phone.
Yeah.
And
there's Wi-Fi everywhere now.
Yeah, and you don't have to like watch me. You can just listen.
Yeah, which is, I think it's like you said, it's a great idea. Porque yo también, I can't, if there's a video that is demanding my attention, I won't watch it.
Right. Yeah.
I won't. I would probably save it, and then whenever.
Yeah, when you have a chance in the weekend.
Yeah, and if anything.
And if you remember, yeah.
And if I remember, and if I'm actually sitting down, and because otherwise I'm just talking to mom or the dogs. I'm with the dogs, or Mateo, or
Yeah.
or cleaning, because it's the only time we have to to clean. But yeah, it's just Mateo's like, Mommy, let's sit down and watch a movie. I'm like, Papi, I don't have time.
Yeah,
to sit for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we went to watch a movie yesterday too, and I was there for 2 hours. I was like, shit. I was like, the movie was interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like I was thinking of like the stuff for like the podcast.
It's an anxiety, right?
Yeah,
it's
and I'm like, okay, I have to get the fuck out of here,
I know. Yeah, you're right. But sometimes you just have to
take time, right?
Take time and enjoy yourself. I mean, I know it's got nothing to do, but like, for example, I went to the Maná concert.
Oh, you did?
Oh man, it was awesome. I was like, I can't miss it. The dude's already 60 years old. By the time he does a concert again, he's gonna be 80, and ni va a cantar. We're gonna be the ones singing. So I was like, no, I better go and enjoy the concert, and I did. I had a blast. But
what day was it?
It was on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
But I was getting an anxiety because the group Maná wouldn't. It took them. They didn't play until 10:30. And I was, we got there at 9, and I was sitting there. I was sick and tired of the mariachi that was playing. I was like, I don't want to listen to mariachi for a whole year anymore. Yeah. But anyway, it was just like I was getting anxiety of just sitting there, And at least once the band came out, I was jumping and getting all that energy out, and it was very interesting. But so it was fun, very fun. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that's where we'll end it for now. So I guess just thanks for your time. We'll let you get back to running your business.
Awesome. Thank you. I wish you the best of luck in this new podcast, and I hope you get to, I just wish you the best.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.